Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use your BT Smart Hub / BT Home Hub 6. These are called two different things, as a standalone access point / Ethernet switch, so sort of like a Wi-Fi extender. Because once these are upgraded, they don't really have a purpose. Once people stop using it for their broadband coming in, these just go in the bin or just sit in a cupboard for years, which is a good thing in this case because it means on eBay or Vinted you can get these really cheap, and for the price you pay for one of these is honestly pretty worth it if you're going to use it in this scenario. Now, I made a video a few years ago on how to do this with a Home Hub 5 and a lot of people seemed interested, and I got a lot of comments saying people use the same tutorial to do this with their newer hubs. So I'm going to do this video with the Home Hub 6, the BT Smart Hub 2, the EE/BT Smart Hub, which is the same as this. We'll have a whole video on that. And the BT/EE Smart Hub Plus router, and some also like Sky routers, some other routers. It's basically the same steps for any old router, but just the way it looks and the interface is a bit different. So it's not a fully wireless Wi-Fi extender. You need a hardwired Ethernet cable to feed this, but if you don't want to run cables, don't worry. What you can use is power line adapters. So I have a video on these ones, a Tender power line adapter and a TP-Link one. Doesn't matter which one you buy, they all work the same. Basically how these work is one of these plugs into your router with an Ethernet cable, so like that. Then the other one goes somewhere else and gives you two Ethernet ports, so it basically sends the Ethernet signals through your house's electric. So then on the other end you can plug an Ethernet cable from this into the Home Hub 6, and that's basically like having a hardwired cable ran for your house. And I personally like the pass-through connectors because that means you can plug the power supply for this into this, and then it only takes up one plug instead of two, whereas the ones without the pass-through take up two plugs if you're doing this setup. So yeah, let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is plug it in. Now you want to wait till the lights start flashing purple. Now if this is your old hub or if you bought it secondhand, I recommend resetting it. So how that works is once it's purple, hold a little pin in there for 15 seconds until it goes back to green. I recommend using a computer to do the setup, using an Ethernet cable into the computer. You can do this over Wi-Fi with your phone or your computer, but when you change certain settings it's going to disconnect you, so that's why I recommend doing it with an Ethernet cable, as it won't do that. So before you go and plug your power line adapter or your Ethernet cable from your main router into this, you're going to want to get an Ethernet cable, nothing else plugged into it, and plug it into your computer, or do it over wireless. So on your computer, you're going to go to your web browser. For the BT hubs, you want to type in 192.168.1.254, and you need to keep note of the admin password on the Wi-Fi card. So first thing I recommend doing is changing the Wi-Fi name. So click on change settings, it wants the admin password. Now, especially if you've used this as your main Wi-Fi hub in the past, I recommend changing this, as devices that have been connected to it before will try and connect back to it. So if you have your main hub in the front of the house and this one in the back of the house, and everything used to be connected to this, everything will try to connect to this, even if it's in the front of the house next to the main router. So I'm just going to change this and then save. So if you did this wirelessly, it is going to disconnect you. You can also separate the bands, so you can have a separate 5 GHz channel or a separate 2.4 GHz channel, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Then go back to advanced settings, then go to My Network, click on IPv4 configuration. Now if you have a different BT hub in your house, you need to change the IP address. So this is what we logged into the hub as. Now if you have another BT hub in your house or a different hub that has this address, they're going to clash with each other and it's not going to let you log in to change the settings. So it's as simple as changing it from 254 to 253. That's sorted, and now when we save this, it is going to log us out. But before we do that, you need to turn off the DHCP server and authoritative DHCP. And the reason we're turning that off is because our main hub already does that. If you have both hubs doing that, they're going to clash with each other and it's not going to work, so make sure you turn that off. And click save, it's going to log us out. So 253 will not work, we want it as 255. Save. So then we want to go to firewall, go to configuration, turn off, disable the firewall. Now don't panic about this, this is another thing that our main router will already be doing. Then turn off UPnP, save, and then that's all we need to do on the computer. So once all that is done, what we want to do is turn it off, unplug it, and then you want to connect it to either your power line adapter or your hardwired Ethernet, however you have it set up, and then turn it back on. So I'm going to do that now. So this is the Ethernet cable I have coming from my main router in my house. So I'm going to plug that into the hub now. You can plug it into whichever one you like. I'd probably do the end one. Then turn it on. And while we wait for that, I also have two other cables here. So this one is my Xbox, and this one runs around the room to my PC. It doesn't have Wi-Fi, but I don't really use the PC anymore since I got the MacBook. But yeah, so we'll wait for that to turn on. So as you can see, it's now flashing purple, which may scare you, as that normally means that these don't have internet, but it is just like that, as this is not the way they're intended to be connected. So it thinks that it doesn't have internet, as it's expecting it through the broadband port on the back, but it is in fact working. So it's an Ethernet switch as well as Wi-Fi. So here is the other end of the Ethernet cable that runs around the room, and if I just go to fast.com, as we can see, it is working as an Ethernet switch, but I'll also just show you the Wi-Fi working. So as you can see here, test Wi-Fi, which is what I named it. So that will be whatever you've named it when you set it up on the computer. So I'm now connected on Wi-Fi from my phone to the hub over there. So if we do a speed test on that, see, not quite as fast as the wired, but that's still pretty impressive because this router is about at least 7 years old. So if you can get one of them for at least £10 or less, it will be much better performing than a new router you could buy for £10 or less. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys come back for the next one. If you're interested in BT Smart Hub 2 or EE's best BT Smart Hub or the power line adapters, I'll have videos on all these linked in the description. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.